So next type of sampling is non-probability sampling. इससे पहले जो हमने मेथड डिस्कस किए हैं वो प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग के हैं। यहाँ सबसे पहले जो हम मेथड डिस्कस करेंगे कोटा सैम्पलिंग। इसमें जो डिफाइनिंग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होती है दैट इज टू गेट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव डाटा फ्रॉम अ ग्रुप। दिस जनरली डन टू इंश्योर inclusion of a particular segment of the population, and the proportions may or may not differ dramatically from the actual proportion in the population, and the researchers sets a quota which is independent of population characteristics. That is why this type of sampling is known as quota sampling, and it is based on the proportion of subclasses in the population. Next type of non-probability sampling is purposive sampling. As the name indicates, it is from purpose. So it is based on need or purpose. ये ज़ाहिर इसकी सबसे पहली characteristic है. So it is a non-representative subset of some larger population and is constructed to serve a very specific need or purpose. And in this sampling, a researcher may have a specific group in mind, such as high-level business executives or some other type of individuals which have to be sampled. It may not be possible to specify the population. They may not all be known, and access will be difficult. It is also known as selective or subjective sampling. A subset of purposive sample is a snowball sample. Why it is called snowball? As snowball rolls down, it gets bigger and bigger in size, so named here accordingly. A snowball sample is achieved by asking a participant to suggest someone else who might be willing or appropriate for the study. So during sampling, one may ask for the next sample from the present one, and in this way sampling increases. Information which we may get increases as snowball rolls down and its size increases. In this way the data obtained that also increases. Snowball samples are particularly useful in hard to track populations which are difficult to sample, for example drug users, taunts or others. Then third type of non-probability sampling is convenience sampling. It is sampling which is more accessible and more proximal for the researcher, and it is convenient for the researcher to sample the accessible and the proximal population. That is why it is given this name. It may not be even representative of the entire population. Since convenience is in the mind, so it may not be showing or indicating the representative of the entire population. Although it is fast, it is expensive and easy method. We get basic data information and trends as well. Volunteers constitute convenience sample, and it is why it may be biased as well. Now, limitations of non-probability sampling as compared with probability sampling. Non-probability samples are limited with regard to generalization. ज़ाहिर हम इसको generalize नहीं कर सकते हैं. Because they do not truly represent a population, we cannot make valid inferences about the larger group from which they are drawn. And validity can be increased by approximating random selection as much as possible and making every attempt to avoid introducing bias into sample selection.